See, now that's
Is the SVJ the business red flag?
A little bit.
If that guy's driving an SVJ,
the SVJ secondary market, like we've talked about before on the show, is not in a good place right now. Like everybody's scared to buy an SVJ. No one knows the condition of the car really. So like that is starting to drive the prices down a little bit.
the SV isn't the same.
One of the things I wanted to talk about too is you're telling me you got 50 YouTube channels. Break
Yes.
down the YouTube business.
Oh man. So the YouTube business is
Let's do it a little more formal, yeah?
I'm down, yeah. I think Charlie deserves formal.
Okay. Charlie Chang,
hello.
welcome to Supercar Connection.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, so for anyone out here who doesn't know who you are, what do you do? Who's Charlie Chang, and how do you afford to drive an Aventador SV?
I am an entrepreneur. I have a bunch of YouTube channels. I have like 50 plus YouTube channels.
50 plus?
Yeah.
5-0.
Yeah.
They said 15. Jeez,
50.
50.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I just knew about the main one.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of smaller channels too. So I have a bunch of YouTube channels. We monetize those, and also have an overseas recruiting company.
Holy cow. So everything digital then.
Yeah,
Your digital footprint. You're a digital kind of guy.
all online, remote teams.
That's
Yes.
awesome. I'm very jealous of that.
What are you
That's
recruiting
awesome.
for? Like VAs?
Yeah, we do a lot of overseas talent in
Mhm.
countries like Indonesia, Mexico, Argentina, South Africa.
Wow. So that's all of the streams that bring in the Aventador SV.
Yeah, yeah.
How does the overseas stuff work? Sorry, I gotta ask. I've always been curious. Like someone like yourself, how does someone that lives here, granted, and this is me not knowing too much of your back history, so I'm assuming just living here, how do you get involved with something like that in countries like that?
Well, my business partner and I, we have we've been using overseas talent for like quite a few years. So it was a need for us, a service that we wanted. So we were like, this is the biggest business hack in the world. Why isn't everyone doing this? We should offer it as a service. So we basically started the company, I think, just over 2 years ago. And yeah, we help business owners find amazing overseas talent.
So if I wanted someone overseas to edit the podcast, I could come to you. You could put us in touch with people to do that.
Yeah. And very good people you can hire for $5 to $10 per hour.
Bull shit.
Dude, I mean, when you go and start buying food in another country, you realize you don't need nearly as much money.
5 to 10 an hour?
Dude, like $1,000 a month in some countries is a phenomenal wage.
Like imagine going and getting dinner and it's $2.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a sidebar after this when we're done. 'Cause I have a million questions that goes down that we're
Yeah.
gonna take too much time on.
But you got an
that's
SV
awesome.
Roadster, yeah?
I have an SV. Yeah. Yep.
Roadster?
Roadster.
Roadster.
Spec.
Yeah, the red.
Exquisite
Thank
spec.
you.
Novotech action.
Dude,
Yeah.
That red. It's like, what's the name of that color? Do we have the official
It's
name
called
of the color?
Rosso Festo.
Because it's a lot more. It's a true maroon almost kind of, right?
Yeah, dark cherry-ish.
It's fucking. Oh my god, it's beautiful.
Well, it's like it's like the young version of the grandpa red.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know what
yeah,
you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the C8 version
Yes.
of that burgundy is like grandpa red, and yours is like a metallic red without being grandpa red.
Thank you. I
Which
never
I
thought.
feel like is difficult to pull off.
Yeah, I never thought I'd get a red car, to be honest. But I saw that spec online. It was listed at Lamborghini Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I gotta see it.
Throwback.
And like, coincidentally, I had like a business meeting in Dallas, so I went there, checked it out, and bought it like a month later.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Why SV? Why that car?
Well, the SV is better than the SVJ.
Better? Whoa. What do you mean by better?
I don't know. I just think it's a better car.
Better how?
It's more rare, right? There's only 500 of the Roadsters,
Yeah,
600
sure.
of the coupes. And I just feel like every guru has the SVJ.
Because it's
kind of-
better.
maybe. And yeah, everyone has it. So I like to be a little bit different. And that's why I chose that one.
I love the SV, by the way. So don't. Sorry.
Oh, no.
I gotta do it for the people. You know.
I also think it's a better store value. Like I think the SVJ might come down. I think the SV in the future is going to go up.
I think the thing about us, I think that we kind of are on the same here, is that I think that is the true, like, most aggressive Aventador is the SV, in my opinion. Like, aggressive looking, it looks 10 times more menacing than the SVJ does. SVJ is too
think they're just
rounded for
different.
me. Really?
Yeah.
Like, in what way?
Like in their aggressiveness, I think they both look pretty much equally aggressive. They're just it's different.
Actually,
SV's like kind of got some sharper corners.
I like the look of the SVJ before more, but the SV really grows on you.
Mhm.
I feel like it's a more nuanced car. I don't
It's
even know what that
definitely more
means.
nuanced.
I just think it screams Lambo more than the SVJ. Like what Lamborghini really is, or at least what they stepped into competing against Ferrari. Like that's when I picture the flagship, I picture that. None of the rebodied Aventador crazy stuff. Like just their baseline. Like that is what they would put against Ferrari's top and go head to head type thing.
Well, the Aventador SV, I feel like is the perfect, I guess, evolution from the Mercy SV. Where the SVJ kind of feels like it goes off in its own direction.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car.
But the SVJ, I mean, come on, get the Gintani exhaust. It's flying down the causeway in Miami.
That's a life. That's the best thing possible.
You got that split exhaust. You got the extra little holes on the hood.
Yeah, but you see it too much on social media. It's everywhere.
It is everywhere, actually.
But there's so many more colors. Like the SV, the variety of spec in the SV, way less than the SVJ.
True,
The SVJ,
true.
a lot more people started doing the ad personam and all those custom options and everything like that.
That is true.
SV's a little more generic.
He didn't bring up a good point though about store of value. I think that car probably, if I had to bet on anything, that's probably one of the best stores of value right now.
Yeah, like I buy all my stuff based on how much I think it's going to be worth later on, and that's why I have the 458. That's why I have the SV. I think they're both
cars.
good cars to.
You have such a good
hold.
stable. You have quite literally like if I could do it, I'd put both those cars in my stable right now. Those are like my top two choices right now for store of value, just like you have it in your head.
But even not just store value, just for being awesome cars.
Yeah, vibes.
Yeah, I think buying these cars is a financially smart thing to do. Like,
expand on that thought.
So, if you're gonna enjoy cars, and if you enjoy cars and like to drive them, you should buy cars that you can sell later on for more money, or at least for as much as you paid for it.
See, but the thing here, Charlie, is the average person listening, how do they know what car to pick as a good store of value based on, let's say, what time frame? Give me some type of time frame. We talking 2 years, 5 years, 10 years?
6 months.
Yeah. What are we looking here?
If I think the graph, the value of the car is just going to be flat or a little bit up over 1, 2, 5 years, whatever, then I think it's goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think every car is different.
Yeah, but how do you get to that, I guess, realization that you think that this car is going, or that conclusion that you think that this car is going to be flat or a little up?
I don't know.
You're
I
saying
think
it's already doing that, or you think it will do that?
it's already doing that. And then social media. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I hear a lot of people talk about this stuff, and that sort of informs my decision.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, that in itself is important to just call out, is that the information is out there.
It's all out there.
Everything is out
Whatever
there.
you want.
It's all out there.
It
People
is
just don't know
it is
where to
out
look.
there. So, yeah.
I still think like the SV, if you want my hard take, I think the SV is going to overpass the SVJ value wise. 3 years.
Overpass.
3
Yeah.
years.
3 years.
3 years.
Whoa.
I think maybe that's a little, for me, I even think that's a little too long. I think it might happen sooner. I just think, because I think you got to look at, there's so many things that go into it. Like simply let's talk about rarity, right? Like you said, what, there's 1,100 SVs, both Roadsters and Coupes.
5 and
Yep.
600,
Yep.
and there's 8 and 900 SVJs.
SVJs. So that plays a huge role for me. Simultaneously, the way that I see it too is the secondary market now. That plays a huge factor in it too. The SVJ secondary market, like we've talked about before on the show, is not in a good place right now. Like everybody's scared to buy an SVJ. No one knows the condition of the car really. So like that is starting to drive the prices down a little bit.
The SV isn't the same.
It's the same, but it's not terrible because the SVJs, like he said, it's been used for social media. It's a
Yeah.
guru car. Like it's almost, you can tell, that you can tell
Gurus
the
and
SVJ
scammers.
is on the corner.
Not
She's
the-
standing
not the
there.
Gurus are
You pass
scammers,
by,
but
she's there on the corner. You can make a
other
U-turn, do your thing.
scammers.
Exactly. The SV's more of a garage queen. Like those cars have actually been garage queens, whereas SVJs have been just boom, 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 boom.
An SV is the person that loves cars.
Yes,
Like I'd rather do business with someone that has an SV versus an SVJ.
I agree. See, now
Is
that's
the SVJ the business red flag?
A little bit.
If that guy's driving an SVJ, red flag. Watch out.
I think it depends on the space too. Like there's a lot of people that have those cars that like it's respectable, but I feel like if you
For sure.
and I'm not trying to shit on anybody here by saying that, but it's just what is it called? It's the
you gotta be
correlation that's
careful.
become. I know I gotta tiptoe on this
Mr.
one.
Trader.
I know, right? I gotta tiptoe on this one. All my boys and everything else between, because I would still get an SVJ. Absolutely. If I was in a financial position to get one, I would do it. Now, if I was in a financial position for both, I would still get SV, and it has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that I think it looks more menacing. And then you add the store value, and then you add everything else in between it. It's an obvious pick. But
And it's like what, 300K less, 200K less right now? Actually, it's getting close.
what did you get yours for, if you don't mind me asking?
I got it for 605.
605, and it's what year?
Roadster too.
Roadster 2017. It had like 1,500 miles on it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And you got it for 605, you said?
605.
Okay, because so for example, right now, I'm working a deal for one of my buddies, or one of our buddies, and he's buying a matte white, I don't know the name of the color, matte white Roadster, red SV painted on the side.
Oh.
Nice one. A lot of carbon options. That one has, I think it has 9,000 miles, and it's a 17 as well, and he's buying it for 625, 630, I think. 625.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
So yeah, so like your position being in it at 605, and that's just based on him buying it right now.
Yeah.
That's really good position to be sitting in.
Yeah. I think one reason why mine was a bit cheaper is because it has that Novitec kit on it. I don't know if that helps with resale value.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, right. I personally like the way it looks, but I think a lot of people don't like the side skirts or the aftermarket wing in the back. But I personally like it.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm also a huge fan.
Yeah.
The side skirts on those, it's just carbon addition.
It's carbon, but it's got the little like notches in it.
Yeah, I think it sticks on top.
It's an addition. Because
Yeah.
I remember I had the 1016 kit on my S, and that was just an addition to it. And then the wing in the back,
It's all 3M'd on.
right? It's just 3M.
Oh,
on.
really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So those you take off, you clean up the side, and then what else does you have on it? It's there's a front lip, or it's just wing and side skirts.
It has the full Novitec. Like
Full
everything.
everything.
All the way around.
The
But-
lip should be easy. You have all the original parts, or no?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
That's going to be the only thing that might make it tricky.
Yeah.
If you have the original parts, you can just revert it back to stop, and it'll probably be better. But for resale value, I think it depends on the buyer.
Yeah.
It depends on the buyer. If you're moving it to a dealership, no matter what's on it, they're gonna screw you. But if you can do like a private sale or something like that, and there's a buyer on the other end that is looking for that product, like wants it in that condition, because you have an exhaust on it too, no?
Yeah. We added a Brilliant exhaust.
Brilliant exhaust, like a smart one, or like
Oh,
the
no.
company's really called Brilliant
The
Exhaust.
company's called Brilliant. You guys
Awesome.
haven't heard of it?
I have not heard of Brilliant Exhaust. No,
It's a Japanese brand, and yeah, it sounds amazing.
Japanese brand, huh?
Yeah, built in
Damn.
Japan.
So I bet you think it's dialed in, huh? Is
I
it
think
titanium?
it sounds great. It's not stainless steel,
Perfect. I kind of like it. Yeah, it's like a lot better.
but full system, straight pipes. Smells horrible, but it sounds good.
That's fantastic. It's got a lot of, you smell like gas.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's so
If you
awesome,
stop
dude.
moving the car anywhere, you'll start smelling it like immediately.
Do you
Really?
miss that?
You know what's crazy? Mine didn't really smell crazy like gas. I do love that smell though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that smell gets me going.
Did
Like,
you
that's-
get
smells
rid
like
of your
Havasu.
Aventador?
I did.
Oh,
I
what?
did.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
got
that.
rid of it. Yeah. So I traded the Aventador for the 812.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm not a multiple car guy right now. Oh, I have the Z06 if you want to
Okay.
consider that, but at the same time, we're not there yet. We're not multiple and stuff like that. But the S, I wanted to keep it, but it was one of those things where what I had in it and the timing of it and what I was able to get out of it
Mhm.
was a good move for me to be able to get into the 812 to be in a better store of value a little bit longer term.
I see.
Because I had 29,000 miles on my S.
Oh, wow.
High ass miles, dude. High ass miles.
Mostly from you?
No, I bought it with crap. I think I want to say 20,500 right around there, or
Okay.
just like almost 21,000. So I put like 9,000 used miles on that thing. I fucking pushed the hell out of that thing. But it was one of those things where it was getting to the point where I was either going to be like, all right, I'm going to keep this thing, or I'm going to move out of it. Because once you cross 30, I feel like 30K in those cars is like you see a 3 on the miles, you're like, I don't know about this.
Yeah,
one.
that changes
That
things.
changes everything a
Yeah.
lot. So I made a decision at the right time. Let's move out of it while I can still get a good amount of equity out of it, and then move into something that I feel is going to be a little bit better for the next couple of years.
I think. I see.
I think the 812 is in a better position than the S. The S and below only, not SV and SVJ and all that
Okay.
shit like that. Obviously, of course.
So buying like a 1,500 mile SV and then looking at the car as a store value and stuff like that, how careful do you try to be with the mileage? How much do you drive the car?
I don't drive it too much. I've had the car for almost 6 months, I think. And
It's
I've
been that long now. Huh?
yeah, it's been
Damn.
Yeah.
I remember when you bought it. It doesn't feel that long ago.
yeah.
Damn,
Time flies.
I'm getting old. Yeah.
And I've only driven it 500 miles.
500
That's it?
miles.
Yeah.
You don't drive the thing.
Yeah, I don't drive it. Well, I drive
Charlie,
it
what? No, you don't.
sometimes.
You drive it to a show.
Maybe to the gym. It's like a mile and a half back.
I can't believe that. Bro, I've had my fucking 812 for 2 weeks and I put 500 miles on it
Damn.
already, bro. What?
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
I could
wild.
never. I'm not gonna lie.
See,
That's some restraint right there.
It is. It is. But it's also a bad thing because I know that the value is affected because it's such a low mileage car. So every mile I put on the car is like $20,
Yeah.
$30 maybe. I don't know.
you have so much self-control, so much more than I do. I just couldn't do it. Like, I don't give a fuck how much I'm losing. If it's there and the keys, I can just walk and grab the key, I'm driving the shit.
Do you
That's the right
drive
way
the
to do it.
458 more?
I actually haven't driven the 458 in over a month.
Really?
So I don't drive
I'm gonna
much.
kill you. Oh my God.
I
can't do this.
I
Charlie.
I probably drive 2,000 to 3,000 miles per year total.
Total.
Yeah.
Because you work from home. You
I
run
work
all
from
of your
home.
YouTube. Most of your channels are just automated
Yeah. Yeah.
through VAs.
I have a team of like 50 people on the media team.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go anywhere really.
Yeah.
And I also don't really like driving.
I hope I'm not
Not
pushing
gonna
you to like
Wait. hold on.
say anything that you don't want to say
Oh,
or
There's
reveal
a ton
anything.
of things that just got said that we need to walk back to. Did you just say you don't really like driving?
I don't like driving far places.
Okay, what's the pushing it? Give me the Charlie Chang spectrum. Like okay, let's just say this. Okay, it's Friday night, right? I'm in OC, and I know where you live, so I'm saying I text you and I'm like, hey, let's do Javier's tonight, Crystal Cove.
Oh,
Is that's
way too far.
too far?
If it's over a mile and a half, it's far for me. My friends make fun of me for this. It's like a very Charlie thing.
Well, call me your friend because I'm about to roast the shit out of you for this. What do you mean a mile and a half is too far?
I don't know,
That makes no
man.
sense.
I just don't like driving if I don't have to.
Okay, so then what is your, I guess, preferred way of transportation then? Oopskis or what? What are we doing out here?
Not moving.
Delivery.
I get a lot of delivery. Yes. I'm just kind of lazy like that, you know.
So then how'd you get here? But you drove it, obviously.
Today
and-
I drove the Range Rover. It's
Okay.
my daily driver.
Okay.
But it's for business, so
Good store
Yeah.
value.
the Range Rover, horrible. That's the
That's
car
awesome.
that I've lost a lot on. Yeah.
Did that car
British
cause
cars.
you? Yeah, the British car is bad.
Cars from Britain, you're gonna lose a lot of value.
I love it though. It's a really good daily. I see why every rich mom has a Range Rover.
The lease programs.
Yeah,
Every
dude.
2 years, just rinse and repeat.
That's
Give
what
me
they
a new
do.
one.
That's
Give
what
me a
they
new
do.
one. Give me a
But
new
I
one.
bought mine for 120 plus tax, whatever. 135 after everything. It's probably worth, I don't know, 75, 80K. It's horrible.
Yeah.
When'd you buy it?
I bought that 2.5 years ago.
That's not that bad though, dude.
That-
Like if you like, granted, I understand where you're coming from. For where you bought it, and obviously losing 50K is bad. But if you really think about 2.5 years of driving that car and value and stuff like that, 50 grand. So basically, it costs you $25,000 to drive the Range Rover for 2 years.
Mhm.
That's not terrible.
I guess it's bad compared to the other cars because those ones, have kept value or gone up.
When you don't
This
drive,
one-
you drive shits.
Right.
True.
Is your 458 a Spider or is it a coupe?
It's a coupe.
Coupe. Okay.
The biggest regret I have is not buying the Spider.
Never mind,
I should have bought the Spider.
I feel you on
And
that.
I almost bought, what's his name? Stradman's old 458. The one that he turned,
Is it wide body?
yeah, he did some crazy shit to it.
Mm-hmm.
I almost bought it from his friend Chandler, who bought it from him.
Okay.
Didn't because it was just black on black, and I kind of wanted like a cooler spec. So I got white on red,
That's the best spec. You have the best spec of fucking 458. Dude, I love that car.
but it's not a Spider, and that's something I do regret.
Spider on those cars, I think I'm a Spider. I'm a mix. I like Spiders on some cars. I don't like Spiders on other cars. There's a
Okay.
couple cars though that are like, for me, non-negotiable Spiders.
Which ones?
458 is for sure up there.
Anything with a hard top convertible is non-negotiable in my book.
I kind of give it to you.
Yeah,
I'm not all the way
convertible-
there, but
Having a convertible is so nice.
If
It's
it's-
a completely different experience.
If it's a hard top convertible, no brainer.
What about the Turbo S cab?
No.
No.
I like that.
You like the turbo?
Like
S
that might
cab?
be my next car.
Why?
Turbo S cab.
Yeah, I just think it's super fast. I don't know. Every time I see the back of a black Turbo S, I'm like, I need that
It gets
right
you
now.
going.
Yeah,
992.
With that Tron light.
yeah. It just looks so good.
They
It
do
does
look good.
kinda
I'm not
menacing.
gonna lie.
It does look. The rear looks menacing.
The rear is.
I'm not a
it's-
huge fan of the front.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
rear is the
front's-
best
I'm-
part.
I'm
Front's a
Coming
little
up on one on
boring.
the highway is like the best angle of that car for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, Porsche is kind of growing on me in some aspects.
Which they'd be
Wow.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
I know,
everyone's gonna look at the taillights anyway. So,
exactly. Well, no, it depends who what else, but yeah.
but yeah,
My
I
car,
guess
no.
if you were only driving a mile and a half and you're not driving that much, and you got all these other cars, a ragtop's not that big of a deal because you're probably only gonna take that car when you can put the top down.
Mm.
That makes sense.
So wait, hold on.
True.
Hold on. Let me full picture this for a second because
Sure.
I'm still a little lost in a couple places. So you're a car guy. You like cars.
I like cars, but I'm not like super car guy.
I understand. We got to remember we're Queens here. Look at my hands. Like I get what you're saying. Like we're not crazy when it comes to like the details like
Right.
that. I mean, granted, to a certain scale, I get you, but you like cars enough to have a passion to own them, but you don't like to drive them.
No, I do like to drive them when it's for fun.
Got it. Okay.
I don't like
Okay.
When it's like
having
I'm driving
to
this car to go drive
for a
it fun.
purpose,
Yeah.
right? For the experience of it. That's when I like it,
Got it.
and I like to look at them, and I like that. Yeah, I've just always liked how cars look.
I understand. Now I kind of get it. You don't like for example, if I was like, hey, we have a meeting here at like 20 miles away, you're not going to be like, okay, I'm going to go take the SV to the meeting.
I'm off that.
Got it.
Yeah.
But you're like, it's a Sunday. You just woke up. You did a 5-mile cycle. You hit the steam room. And you did a cold plunge. You did a selfie on the balcony. And then now you're like, all right, now I'm going to go enjoy the SV mindlessly.
Yeah,
That's where you like,
that's where I like.
where
it.
you shine.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that. I like, if we're going to be driving, I'd rather be driving something like that wherever I go than something boring. That's where I fall.
Those cars are. It's exhausting to drive though.
It is exhausting
Right.
to drive.
Like,
It's fucking terrible.
You finish a drive and you're like just tired.
I think any single
That's a
clutch-
bad thing.
Sometimes. I'm making it seem like I hate cars, but I do like them.
You're on
Just
Supercar
sometimes.
talking about how you hate cars.
I mean, you have an Aventador and an SV and a 458, so kind of like what you were saying earlier. You like cars to some extent,
Yes.
or else that's not where you would put your money.
Yes.
Because as great of store of value as it is, it for sure is not the best.
It's not the best. That's damn
The
right.
only reason to have it is because you like it.
And social media.
Social media, the
Social
marketing
media,
aspect
does
is
help.
big.
It's
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
tremendous.
I've met a lot of really great people from having the cars, like you guys, right?
You're here because you have the cars.
Yeah, if I didn't have the cars, you wouldn't have me on the show. That'd be weird.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When we first met and you pulled up in the 458 and I saw the spec, I didn't even care. I was like, he's valid.
Damn.
I was like, I don't even care. And then we talked and I was like, oh, he's fucking awesome.
Some
On
people
top of
call that the ABG spec,
What does that mean?
Asian baby girl spec.
Oh, you don't know ABG?
Mm.
ABGs, ABGs. But that why would they say that?
Don't ever
as
look at
ABG
me
spec?
like
My bad.
that when you say
My
it,
bad.
you know.
I'm sorry.
A lot of ABGs have a white on red car. I don't know why.
Mm.
But I've always liked it a lot.
A lot of Arcadia area. That's a lot of hot shit. A lot of Macans. A lot of white and red Macans.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
fire
big
spec
Macan
though,
spec.
right?
It
It
is
is a
a
fire
good-
spec.
It's for us. I think me and I both feel like this. But white, black, red is very like clean.
Mhm.
You can't go wrong with white, black, red interior.
Mhm.
That's fucking almost a hit.
White or black exterior.
Yeah,
with red interior.
white or black
That's what's up.
exterior,
yeah.
red. Yeah, my bad. White or black exterior, red interior. That shit is clean, but it's very common because it's like one of those things where everybody kind of knows it's hot,
Mhm.
so they just push them, push
Mm.
them, push them, push
Yeah.
them.
My only thing with red's my favorite interior. I mean, I guess I could go any colored interior because I'd love a all blue interior or purple or whatever. I just colored interior.
Yeah.
I just don't like how much it limits your exterior.
Yes.
That's the hardest part because I want to have a bright colored car and I also want to have a bright colored interior. And if you do both, you look
100%.
weird.
I've tried to wrap my 458 over the years, and I just cannot think of a color because the red interior like messes it up.
I know your best bet's like Nardo gray,
Yeah.
which is like some people are on it. Some people think it's overplayed.
I almost did chalk because I really like how chalk looks. It might be my favorite color, but it's just so similar to white that
Mhm.
I didn't know if it was worth it.
Yeah, but that subtlety is worth it, I think. I love chalk.
Yeah.
Big fan.
You guys are missing the best color.
Which one?
Matte black.
No.
What?
No. I had that in my head, but I wasn't gonna say that. I was like, it does look nice with red interior, but that I'll call it China blue because I always reference the G-Wagon.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That blue with a little bit of red interior, red caliper, and
A little
black
bit of red
everything.
interior.
Oh,
or like
whatever
dripped
red
out?
interior, whatever. It can be either. Let's say dripped, completely dripped. That blue.
Is yours dripped or just seats?
I think
do you-
everything.
You have red dash.
Yeah.
Red
everything.
carpets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it had red carpets. I changed it to black ones.
Mm.
I thought it was a little bit too much red.
Try that color. Just picture it. That like Tiffany. It's not Tiffany blue. It's a
No,
little
because
bit.
It's got a gray. It's got a grayish to it.
Yeah. It's the China blue G-Wagons. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. But that's a little bit like Superman.
The
Superman
Superman spec.
is royal blue.
Yeah, but it's
Blue.
It's still blue.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with a little
Do I
Superman
have to pull up
spec.
this picture? Are we talking about? You know the color I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
China
like,
blue.
You
China
think that
blue.
looks like Superman type thing?
If it was that with a bright red interior, I feel like it would be a little bit too much.
I like the spec. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna say right. It's like the only color that's loud enough that works.
Huh.
Any loud color, let's throw a couple loud colors out there.
Orange.
Orange doesn't work.
Yellow doesn't work.
Red on red.
You think yellow
No,
works?
red on yellow. No, no, no.
Hold on.
No,
Let me defend my
no.
stance. Let me defend my
McDonald's.
stance.
There is no defense.
Let me defend my
There's
stance.
no defense.
Let me
of this
defend my
stance.
stance. Okay.
There's no way you're about to pitch a
I'm-
McDonald's spec.
No.
No shot.
Walk it back. Okay. If anybody here for the culture, okay, anybody's listening to me talk about this, because I'm about to lose the two of them on this. I already know this, okay, for the culture. Kobe's, Bruce Lee's. Anybody remembers that Kobe shoe, the Bruce Lee? The yellow with the black, and he had very little bit of red in there. You can do not a too much bright banana, but like a darker tone yellow with red, and it works. Look at me here, okay? I promise you this. It works. But these two are going to lose me.
I don't know.
I'm gonna pull up. Hold on for the culture.
Let's
We're gonna
see
do
it.
this. We're gonna do this. Okay, ready?
I'm not buying it.
I
Bruce
cannot
on
see
red.
that
That's
working.
crazy.
I cannot see that
Bruce
working.
Lee Kobe's.
Yeah, I
okay?
want like a purple interior so bad, but I also want a purple exterior.
So now, granted,
Okay.
So I gotta
Purple and
pick. I
purple?
gotta pick one.
Could
so
you do purple
picture
and
this on a car. Give it to him.
Okay, but that's like no red.
No.
Yeah,
It's
that's
red
there's-
accent.
There's 3 red stripes.
I
on
understand that, but if you do
So-
a black
it. So
and
yellow
red,
with red calipers.
hold on. If you do a yellow and black exterior, right? I'm not saying you
Okay.
just do everything yellow. You has to have a nice flow of black. With red calipers, red interior, it works. The 3 colors combined. But you can't be super yellow. But if you do some black accents on it, like I'm thinking on the 458, black shields, black Ferrari badging. Maybe you know how in between the taillights, sometimes people do that strip,
Yep.
black there,
Black roof.
Okay.
black roof.
Black wheels.
See what I mean? Black wheels, red
then you-
calipers, red interior. It works.
Red dripped.
Yeah, it
You
works.
lost me.
Dude, I'm telling you, it works. I promise. You.
Doesn't work.
I don't know if that works.
It's all right, guys.
McDonald's spec.
Can you do a red interior on a bright yellow car? I think you can.
Someone tag worst spec up in here.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
get,
that's for
let's
sure
get
going
this.
up
Let's
on
get
there.
him involved.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's fire, bro. I'm thinking of like Cosmos SVJ. If that had red dripped interior, I promise you it works.
So if you get a car in the future with red interior, are you willing to wrap it yellow and black?
For the views?
Just for yeah.
For the sake of being able to stitch this and putting it on the wrap reveal, yes, I will.
You know the deal with him though?
What?
5% tint all the way around, so you're not going to see the interior anyway.
Oh.
That is pretty true.
It's just
I'm
a yellow car
I'm a
outside,
limo
and then
tank
once
guy.
you're in, it's red.
Okay, that's kind of cool. If you don't ever roll the windows down.
You don't see it.
If you roll the windows down, it still looks freaking nice,
It's-
dude.
yeah, it's
You're
McDonald's.
crazy. No, it's not. I promise you, it's not McDonald's.
no, it's not.
Ronald McDonald be up in that motherfucker going crazy. I promise you.
What about the IKEA spec? You've been seeing some of that?
What's
like
that?
like a blue car with a yellow interior, or a yellow car with blue interior.
So that's like
The LA Rams
Oh.
IKEA spec.
IKEA spec. That's funny.
It's
I
bad.
haven't seen those.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's bad.
not
It's
good.
bad.
It's
It
not
doesn't.
good.
Because blue and yellow go well together, but then when you do too much of it, like yellow calipers on a blue car can work, but then you just go with a yellow interior or something like that.
Too much.
Way too much.
Too much. Noted.
I'm pulling up a yellow Ferrari 458 with a red interior right now. Hold on.
There's Huracans too. Yellow Huracan, blue
No.
interior. Oh, you're pulling up.
Yeah, I want to see it. Because here's the problem, too. And again, this is where I'll give it to you. It has to be the right tone of yellow. The tone of the yellow screams. I
don't
think
see it.
Ferrari yellow, might not work because it's too bright of a yellow.
Mhm.
It needs to be like, you know how your red is like a darker maroon?
Mhm.
It needs to be a darker yellow for it to work.
What
Trust
the hell
me.
is a darker yellow?
You'll get what I'm
like
saying.
yellow is just yellow.
You'll get no.
So like an orange.
Eat me. Eat me. Tell me that doesn't work.
Eat you.
Yes, eat me.
I don't.
That
I
works.
wouldn't buy it.
Take the phone. Put it in your face. Look at it.
I
That
would-
works.
I would not buy that spec.
You're crazy. That works. That's fire.
Well, you can't even see the interior.
Okay, well,
But you
that's the whole
kinda
thing.
can.
That's the most you're going to see it at any point. Do you want people on the sidewalk to be in your passenger seat
What
or
if
what?
you open the door?
Okay, so let's just say this. Theoretically, the door's open. You still think that's going to look nasty?
Yeah, it's too McDonald's for me.
Yeah,
McDonald's.
I lost you guys. Whatever.
Get
That's
your
fine.
runts package.
But I want to
ass
see you
tried.
wrap your car that color in the future.
Okay, deal. We can stitch this back in the future. The next car I buy will
Yes.
have red interior because I'm already planning on that. Actually, the next car will have red interior. I'm entering my collector era now. So
Okay.
now,
Okay.
whatever going forward, I don't want to move in and out of stuff. I want to add to the collection now. So I do want my next car. I kind of had my eye on one. It's sold, but now I'm going to try to follow it until he tells me I'm ready to sell it, and then I'm going to pounce on it. It
Is
has
it-
red interior.
What car?
720.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was actually debating. It's okay. So I was debating on getting that car instead of the 812.
Okay.
But then I kind of thought up everything, and I said that 720 is in my head is the perfect second car. So I didn't want it to be my primary. So I was like, let me get my good present show car primary, and then I'll get to 720 later. But as I was looking at 720s, their Tactical Fleet North Carolina had a red dripped MSO interior. Dude, here, I'll pull a picture up. Dude, Charlie, sorry, this is a big picture episode. I'm
Let me
sorry.
see it.
This thing was so freaking nasty. It was like the nastiest thing I'd ever seen. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up really
For
quick.
720s, I feel like they
Bro,
need
It's wet. All
they
right,
need a body kit.
check that. MSO interior is absolutely stupid.
Yeah, that's nice.
Sorry, Joff. There's limited seating in the studio. You can go over there. Just cross really quick. Guys, Joff and Mies just got here in the studio, guys. I'm sorry for this. You're telling me that's not wet? MSO interior like that?
That's wet.
Yeah,
That's
mean,
wet.
but
So
it's
now
not a yellow car.
here's the problem though. Okay, so I gotta find a picture of it. So this was, you know that McLaren like chalk you guys like? It's
Uh-huh.
like almost like it's like if Tiffany blue and chalk had a baby.
Okay.
That like gray. That's what that color was
Oh.
on the outside. So I was gonna buy this, wrap it matte black, and then have the red. It's a spider too. But now I'll do it when I get it. I'll wrap it yellow for you.
Ah,
Deal?
I feel bad.
No.
Should he do that?
Yeah, I will. It's gonna be a nice spec. I'm gonna make it look like a nice spec, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna laugh at you guys because I'm gonna do the bottom rocker black like I did on my orange 720. Just wait. I'm gonna make that shit nasty.
It's for sure gonna look unique.
Unique.
Go fuck
indeed.
yourself, Charlie. Go fuck yourself.
So, talking about like just cars store value. Go back to this little topic here. Saying the Range Rover got rinsed on.
Yeah.
So first of all, that's just British cars in general. But I've kind of come up with my own theory about why a lot of these cars, like people want to buy. You buy a luxury car, you're gonna get rinsed, no matter what it is. Bentley, Rolls Royce, S classes, Range Rovers, anything that's like the purpose of this car is luxury.
Aston Martin.
The value is just gonna plummet because it's gonna like luxury gets outdated so quickly.
True.
So eventually the car is only gonna be worth however fun it is to drive.
Okay.
So sports cars hold their value way more because they weren't expensive originally because of like the luxury features. They were expensive because of their ability and performance and all that stuff. So in 10 years, that car's still fun to drive. And for some people more fun to drive because it's more analog and all the rest. Whereas the luxury cars, they're just outdated. It was 300,000. No one wants that one anymore. They want the new one. Now it's 80 grand. Someone lost 220 grand on a Bentley.
Like Maserati, like a prime example type thing.
The repair costs like 20K.
Maseratis just, they're gone.
What do you guys think about Maseratis? Do you guys like them?
So, I mean, the brand is terrible. Let's just get that. The brand sucks. The MC20 was one of those cars where I was like, dude, yes. But the problem is no matter, even if it's you see and you're like, yes, it's just going to depreciate no matter what.
They lost so much.
So much value.
my
Those
God.
cars are floating like at 170 now, and that's crazy. I think, honestly, if it goes sub 150, it's a pickup just to pick it up.
Weren't they selling for over sticker for a while?
Probably right at the beginning,
Yeah.
maybe.
The
like
initial
mostly.
hype, everybody wants them. They're like, screw it. But then they really see that like it's not that great. and then they start really, really moving. Because we were seeing some listed at the dealer that were marked down off of MSRP back in the day.
Okay.
Not too back in the day, but a little bit back in the day. After the first little initial hype push kind of died off, now the dealers are like, all right, we need to start giving these damn things away. But it's the same. It goes back to the same thing. Those cars are just, they're unreliable. Your formula makes a lot of sense in terms of like the store value.
Yeah.
The problem is just the repair cost of some of these cars varies tremendously. Like there's a lot of like, I guess, like take Cadillac, for example.
Yeah, reliability is definitely a huge part of it.
Huge, huge part.
But at the end of the day, how fun is the car to drive? Like a CTS V was kind of technically a luxury car.
Yeah, no, for sure luxury.
But it holds its value better than a lot of other luxury cars because at the end of the day, it's a performance vehicle. It's fun. You can get this V8 supercharged car in a manual.
Four-door, take your kids
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
back.
It's like, oh, there's nothing else like this. And there's a cult following for the CTS V. So
What are we considering a luxury car? If it comes from a luxury brand, that's it?
yeah, it's a luxury brand and it's luxury priced.
What's that? Because luxury brand, no matter what, is supposed to be a luxury car technically. Like Cadillac, no matter what it is, it's technically supposed to be a luxury.
It's a luxury brand. Yeah.
So what price point are we depicting luxury here?
There's not like a specific price point. It's just what a luxury brand is and what isn't.
I think Cadillac might be one of the sweet spots, like where you can get a car like even an Escalade V holds its value like crazy.
Because of the
And those-
performance.
And those
That
cars
car
are
is
crazy.
But it also
amazing.
hasn't been
Oh my God.
around long enough to really know.
I haven't
That's
been in
true.
one, but
Those cars are sleepers. Anybody out here that wants like the best sleeper car, that's the best sleeper car, Escalade V.
And compare that to a GLS Maybach. You're going to lose way more money in the Maybach.
Way more. Way more. Man, the Maybachs are even cheaper now too. We can get Maybachs what, like sub 100, no?
Probably close.
Yeah.
No. Maybe 115.
115? 115, we're not that low yet.
We're not that
Not
low
that low
yet.
yet.
yeah, I think those luxury cars, you got to wait at least 5+ years to buy it.
Yeah.
And then you're playing the lottery where it's like you might get hit with a big ass repair.
There
Big
might
ass
be a
repair
GLS Maybach with like 50,000 miles and smells like weed for under 100.
Somewhere in Miami, listen to this.
Yeah. It was a rental for a while. Now it just smells like backwoods.
You can't get that smell out either. Once it's there,
No,
that shit is
it's in
in
there.
there. You might as well just swap the damn
You
seats.
can't
at that
use
point.
an ozone machine. It's not.
I don't even think, dude.
Damn.
I don't know, bro.
Okay.
Some of these
I don't even
backwoods,
know
the
what an
strength
ozone
on some of these
machine-
things these kids are smoking these days, bro. I don't even know anymore. It's
They
ridiculous.
knocked Bigfoot out.
Yeah,
Dang.
we have a buddy that has a rental car company down there in Miami, and he literally tells us that you can blindfold him and give him like a variety of Rolls Royces, and he can tell you the mileage on the car just by smelling the interior.
Wow.
Like he'll open the door, he's like that's 10K miles. He'll smell, he's like that's 60. He just can tell by the leather and I guess the way it's been used. He's like he speaks to those cars.
Interesting.
But those
It's a
cars
whisper.
also wear like those interiors, like anything that's crazy leather. Your interior's held up pretty damn nice for being damn near all leather.
Yeah, I mean, I bought it with 18,000 miles on it, so
That's nothing for your car.
What does it
That's
have right now?
nothing.
22.
Okay.
22.
But his interior is one of those interiors that's like prone to, if you use it, it will go bad on you. But his is like in mint condition for
yeah,
being
mine's really good.
all leather. He's got leather in the damn cup holders.
Damn.
Everything,
everywhere.
in that interior is leather or metal.
Okay.
Like it is
Clean.
it's solid.
Clean.
I think Aston Martins are super underrated.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I also think they're the best brand right now.
I've become a fan. Most improved brand.
Charlie just looked at me sideways as hell right now when I said
I mean, that
What
new
are you
Vantage is
smoking?
going to crash just as hard as the rest of them, but I want one.
Oh, dude,
in
when that
2 years,
crashes,
I want one.
we're getting it.
That's going to be my daily. is a
yes, dude.
Vantage.
That car. Have you seen the new
Vantage
Vantage?
is nice. Yeah, yeah.
The newest
Fucking
one.
things are
The newest
great,
one
man.
with the new interior?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's nice.
All right, so
interior, new front end.
New front
new-
end. Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
seen. I don't think I've seen
The
that.
front
Dude,
end's
just
different.
just wait. So I think all three of us here are, I guess, enough financially savvy to have these kind of conversations. Where do we think that price journey is going to go? Because now here's the thing. Hold on. Now we have demand for them now, which hasn't really been there.
Kind of.
Kind of. It's, in my opinion, it's probably the most talked about new car that's coming out.
I mean, it's more demand than they've had. For
That's
sure.
what I'm saying. So how do we think that's going to reflect?
But I will say, when the Vantage was first redesigned in 2018, they sold a ton of them at the beginning. They were everywhere.
Okay.
I used to see them
And
everywhere.
they held, or they even when they were selling off the shelves, they were still kind of.
I don't know what the price was when they first came out. I just know they sold a ton of them. It was very hot because that was a big jump. That was a big jump for them.
It was.
From my car to that.
Yeah.
We're now teamed up with Mercedes. We got the AMG engine. We got MB infotainment, whatever. It's like, this is a big step up from where it was. outdated wise. And people got a lot of those cars. They sold like crazy. Now you can pick them up for 80 grand.
Yeah, I think for 80K, the Vantage is such a good buy.
Because their MSRP on these new ones are what, like mid 250 or 200, right? It's like 250 MSRP, give or take.
High?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah,
what-
they're high.
That's crazy.
Charlie, let me tell you though, it's like if you look at it, you go, all right, it's worth it.
Okay.
It looks crazy. Like if I was somebody, let's just say me, I'm entering and I want to buy a brand new supercar, or I want to buy my first supercar. I'm not saying to go out there and buy a brand new Vantage. It's not what I'm saying.
Bad move.
But if it depreciates a little bit and I'm sitting there between, let's go a year from now, I'm sitting there between like a 22 Evo and a little bit depreciated 25 Vantage at the low 200s, I'm probably going to buy a Vantage over an Evo.
Wow.
And this is not for the store value. I'm talking about as a car. I think the new Vantages are going to be, depending on how they do that price point, they could potentially be like that new volume car where you just see it all the time. Because it's, granted, I haven't driven one. I haven't actually been in the new redesigned interior, but the car looks fantastic and the interior looks fantastic. So as long as it actually drives well and it puts power down like it should on paper, that car is going to be fucking awesome.
It's like 650 horsepower or something like that.
I'm telling you. I think
Matt's
it's-
going to tune it past 700.
That's what I'm
easy.
saying. I'm telling you, that car is going to be nasty. So
Yeah.
if they depreciate and they go under 200 relatively quickly,
They will. They
watch
will.
out.
Yeah, dude. So quick. You kidding
Well,
me?
the thing is with these cars, like, and I think McLaren's on the same
You're going to see them in
journey.
the 180 range, like in the next year.
I don't know about that one.
And then 2 years, they're probably going to be sitting like maybe not 2 years.
I don't
3
know.
years, they'll be sitting low ones, 120.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think McLaren and Aston Martin, because remember, we were talking about this. The reason these cars depreciate is because of the repair costs to a certain degree, right?
Mhm.
That you have to factor that in. McLaren knows it. Aston Martin knows it, that they're just not reliable cars. And I think what they're going to do, and this is probably why they teamed up Mercedes back when they redesigned your car, is they want to push more towards that reliability. So if they can actually pull it off with
But they
this car,
already had that, no? Is
What?
that Vantage not reliable?
the new one,
Yeah.
I don't really think it's that reliable.
No?
No, I don't think so. I think that's why they depreciated the word. You can pick it up for less than 100 bands now.
I think they depreciated because there's a ton of them. A ton of people bought them, and now they're just like,
Are there more of those cars or are there more Evos or Huracans right now? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Because I get what you're saying.
why does that
They
even matter? Those cars aren't even really comparable.
well, I'm talking about this new one. So again, we have to use the historical data to base what were projections on the new one. So
Yeah.
if the new ones, if they fly them off the shelves, again, comparing it to the Huracan, because now we're talking about price range Huracan. Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, the price range, but it doesn't mean the cars are like actually comparable.
So why aren't the cars comparable?
A Huracan and a V8 Vantage,
Yeah, the new Vantage.
because
Why are they not comparable?
they're two completely different markets.
For what reason?
Who they're marketing to. The Huracan is obviously, there's a lot more marketing value to the car in a Huracan than a Vantage. So you have, and it's a Lambo, not an Aston Martin. There's so many reasons why like that car. Think about
Dude.
think about the younger kid in Miami starting to make money. There's a reason it's always a Huracan. Now and in the future, it'll just go to like the Temerario. It's not going to be the Aston Martin doesn't do that. It doesn't
All right.
fit that role.
We can stitch this later.
As
I hope we
good
can come
as-
back and stitch this in time. You watch.
It doesn't fit that role as good as the Huracan does.
Because it's never been able to. It's never been able to fill the shoes.
It still won't be able to.
All right, just watch. If the car pulls off what it looks like on paper, it'll do it. Just watch. We can stitch this later. I'm down for this.
The
I'm
cars
excited.
exist. It's on the road.
I know that, but it's been on the road for how long?
Almost a year.
I like seeing
8
you guys
months?
I
disagree.
know, right? It's fun when we do this. Huh? How do you feel? Do you think I'm full of shit? Do you think he's more right? What do you think?
I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't really know those two cars that well.
The Huracan, I know you know. You have to know the Huracan.
I might know it, but yeah,
And the Vantage.
I know the Vantage.
So put those next to each other in your head. So they're kind of a similar. Well, so a new one is kind of close to a used Huracan at that point. Is that
An
what you're
Evo.
saying?
Evo.
So a new V8 Vantage to a slightly used Huracan.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't really compare them because they're kind of different. Like I view Vantage as 80K or 100K. I know there's some nice ones like the convertible ones that are brand new that are a lot more, but for me it's like Vantage and then any Huracan and then yeah.
So right there, perception of value is such a big reason of like the future value of the car.
Right now.
Always.
We've had 10 years of Huracan. So it's proven itself. The Aston Martin's had terrible history. What I'm saying is based, and like I said it a million times, based on what it could potentially do, if it does what it can do on paper and it's actually a great car, it'll replace the Huracan as a new fucking everywhere car.
That'd be interesting.
I'm telling you, just wait.
And then you're saying the value won't plummet?
I'm saying the potential normal depreciation that Aston Martins have seen through their history, if the car is a little bit more reliable and the demand is there. Because what I'm saying is Aston Martin's demand, because this car is actually on paper, checks all the boxes of what it could be, the demand will uphold it tremendously on the secondary market.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it'll plummet still, but that's
All right.
okay.
Let's see. We'll see what happens.
Just like the Corvette Z06. Great car, amazing car, reliable car. Where are those values going?
They're going down. Not
Down.
tremendously, but they're going down.
Not tremendously, but down.
Well, you got to remember, those things were selling massively over sticker, too.
Sure.
Compare the values to MSRP directly. It's not a terrible depreciation.
Don't you have one?
I do. That's what I'm saying. MSRP to depreciation is not immense. Over sticker selling to now is fucking tremendous. That I give you. But over sticker, or I'm sorry, MSRP to now, it's not that crazy.
Yeah. Aston Martin's biggest problem is they overprice everything.
Hmm.
So that's a big reason why there's so much depreciation.
I see.
They're all just, when they're new, they're more than they need to be. So the market does its thing and equalizes it. So like the new Vanquish being 550 to 600K. You kidding me?
That's disgusting, yeah. Do you think the new Vantage is overpriced?
250,
Is it overpriced?
230.
That's a lot for Vantage. But
Right.
I haven't seen the new one. So maybe it's worth it.
Let's see. I've been on my phone most of the episodes. Let's see it. The new 2025 Aston Martin Vantage.
What's your next hot take?
I think the i8 is a great car.
I'm about to throw my fucking phone across the thing.
We'll get to that after you look at the new Vantage.
Looks great. Okay, the front looks more like a DBS kind of.
Yeah.
Looks good.
I'll read you the specs right now so you can compare it. Because did get a massive performance upgrade than compared to traditionally.
Massive compared to traditionally.
Did it not?
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah. Like 100, almost 150.
Specs, hold on. Sorry, I'm not as technologically savvy as everybody else.
It's got big thumbs.
I know.
Big.
So of course, it's got the twin turbocharged V8. It's got almost 600 pound-feet of torque, and then it's got 656 horsepower. 0 to 60 is still not that great, though.
What is it?
Traction.
Damn. Kind of bad. 3.4.
All traction, I bet.
Damn, that's fucking terrible. Jesus. 3.4 is actually quite bad. How is that possible?
80K.
With
Traction.
600 pound-feet of
Jeez. Are your ears open?
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure what's the setup why this car won't grip like that then. That's fucking terrible. They just haven't figured
It's
it
got
out or what?
650 horsepower and it's rear-wheel drive.
That's terrible. What does the C706 do then? Because that's literally the C706, no?
2.9 is your answer.
2.9?
You don't even have to look it up.
Yeah, 2.9. You're right.
I
Damn.
always am.
So you're telling me that Chevy's got this model dialed down back in fucking 2015? And Aston Martin's coming out with a new car with that and they don't have it down. It's 3.4. That's fucking terrible. That's ass. That's fucking ass.
The i8 is a great car.
Mhm.
Really. Say more.
So I had an i8 Roadster from 2019 until 2021, and it was a great car. I loved it.
Why was it a great car?
It's just a good. Okay, so it looks good. Do you guys agree with that?
Did the Roadster doors go up too?
Yeah.
Or they open normal?
Yeah.
They go up still?
And I think the Roadster is a lot better than the Coupe. So that's, yeah. But you guys think it looks good?
No.
No?
I think
Yeah.
it did. I don't think it's aged so well. I saw
Okay.
one on the way over here, actually.
Huh.
When I was driving to the studio, I saw one.
I think it looks great. It gets like 30 miles per gallon. It's reliable. It's a convertible. And it's just a good daily.
Is it reliable?
Yeah, at least when I had it. Yeah.
How many miles you put on
I
it?
could low-key buy
You
the
put fucking 10 miles on it.
No,
Charlie.
I
It's
put-
not
I
that
put-
damn reliable.
I put some miles on it.
You
At
put
least
800.
10,000.
He went a little crazy. He did 800 miles.
10,000,
this time.
10,000.
At least 10,000. Yeah.
I
Okay,
I
that's
could
not
actually buy the good daily angle.
Yeah, I mean, like if you don't care about sound, like it sounds pathetic, right? Like
So you don't care about actually enjoying the shit then?
I do, but there's different cars for different reasons.
That's
In that
fair.
car, it's fun to cruise down the PCH, top down. It's smooth, it's comfortable, You just need to have music playing. Otherwise, you just hear like the stupid little engine and like the car noises through the speakers. That's the only bad part about it.
Is it fast at all?
It's not that fast. I don't know what the 0 to 60 was. Maybe four-ish?
Yeah, 4-ish.
Yeah. It's not fast. It's not like the 458 and the SV are completely different cars. But for like a daily, for someone that doesn't want to be tired after they drive, it's a good car.
I think my biggest problem is it.
Why don't you guys like it?
Well,
I'll let him start.
it looks like it should be fast.
True.
Like it looks like a bodybuilder that can only curl 10 pounds.
Okay.
That's my biggest gripe with the car.
Oh.
It's like a
one. That was a great
the
one.
car
good, yeah.
itself is a poser. It's like, look at me, look how fast I am.
Like a
And then
dude
it's
on a
not.
lot of steroids that's not actually strong or doesn't hit leg day or something like that.
Yes.
Mm.
So
Correct.
like it does look good, and the being a good daily thing makes sense. Like that would be cool. But if my car looks like that and the doors go up and it's not fast,
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel like a poser
Mm.
myself because I'm
Okay.
driving a poser. You know? That makes
Interesting.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how I feel. I would like it to not be hated on because, like, then you could, hey, it's a good daily LA, 30 miles per gallon, looks cool, cruise with the top off. You know, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess I'd just be disappointed when I stepped on it because I am addicted to acceleration.
Speed and sound. Okay. What about you? Like what?
So I have a multitude of reasons, but for the show, I'd say a good one is my thing is I think BMW had an opportunity to make a hell of a mid-engine car, like kind of how he was saying, like what it looks like their opportunity to come into the marketplace with a mid-engine car. Like I know if BMW did it today, they would make a fucking amazing ass mid-engine car, like a supercar. They would make an amazing supercar. I thought that was the i8 was going to be that, and then when it came out again, like a lot of the stuff you highlighted about it being great, I looked at it and I went, "This is dog shit," just because of what we like in the cars. So we look for different things. So I only really like it because I feel like BMW had an opportunity to come into the marketplace with a really nice mid-engine, fast performance car, and they came in with like this weird tech bro in Alabama type of vibe, and I'm just like, this is
Tech
just,
pro in Alabama.
This just does exactly. That just doesn't fit anywhere. So it just doesn't.
That
do
makes
it for
sense.
me.
Okay, I get that.
That's
Yeah.
it. Everything you highlighted.
Everything makes sense except for tech bro in Alabama.
Everything is
relevant.
relevant. Everything is
So it's
exactly.
not. It's not a supercar. It's not.
not a
supercar.
supercar.
Yeah.
Hell no,
Definitely
it's not a supercar.
It
doesn't
just kind of
mean-
looks like one.
Does it meet any
But you think it's a
criteria?
great car?
I think it's a good car. Yeah.
You think it's a good
I mean,
car?
Car, just basic car, not
so
a sports
you guys
car.
know I'm frugal, right? I'm very frugal, and
Are you?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know.
That's why I buy the 458 and the SV. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Yeah.
The lease I got on that car was like $1,000 a month with zero down
That's actually pretty solid.
for a
Yeah, it's not bad.
$164,000 car.
That's what you bought it for?
No, lease.
Lease. Okay.
Yeah. So I paid like $25K to own it for 2 years.
It's not bad at all.
Pretty good.
It's not
That's
bad at
actually
all.
not that bad. And you said repairable because it says it was liable. So repairable wasn't, you didn't have any crazy repairs on that car either?
I had
It was
zero.
a lease.
Yeah, it was a lease. So
all
it was under
covered.
warranty, but I still had no issues.
It's impressive.
You guys
I
want
guess
one
it's
now?
not Terrible. An i8?
Yeah.
You couldn't give it to me for free.
Dang,
I
what?
wouldn't take it, no.
If I paid you $30,000, you wouldn't take it?
I would take it.
You would take it?
You're paying me 30 bands?
Yeah, yeah. But you can have one less car. Like it takes up a spot.
Do I have to be like, people are going to take pictures of me and stuff like that in the car?
See, this is my problem. As much as we talk about, I don't care what other people think. Being in an i8,
Yeah. That's why I asked the picture. That's literally why I asked that. I go, if nobody ever sees me in the bitch, sure, pay me. I'm good. But if you got to see me
Dang.
out in that thing, fuck no. There's no way you can pay me.
Dang, okay.
There's no way.
Okay.
There's no way.
the people whose opinion that I slightly care about all hate that car
Most car people hate that car. Yeah,
because they want it to be more than it is.
I get that. I get
I
that.
think that's what it boils down to.
I see.
Everyone wanted the car to be more than it is.
It kind of messed up BMW's first shot at like a supercar thing.
That's what I'm saying. Because like, if you really look at it, who's the market for that car?
Yeah.
Like who's buying it? Besides Charlie Chang a couple years ago. Like who's buying that fucking car?
BMW's, well, back then it was course people.
Yeah.
That was the original SVJ.
Oh yeah,
That's fucking true. That's super true.
it was.
We went from the i8 to the Huracan to the SVJ to now the
Bugatti.
Chiron. Yeah. Chiron is
Yeah.
the new.
Core sellers are stepping their shit up.
Yeah.
They are stepping their shit
Yeah.
up. There's nowhere else to go. I think the i8 is like the new base C8, like the Stingray is what the i8 used to be. It was like that, like mid-engine. It's affordable. It looks like if nobody, you don't know a car, you don't know cars, and you see it, you're like, damn, that must be a fucking expensive car. And if you really know cars, you're like, that shit's not expensive. Like mid-engine C8s are fucking 60 grand now. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think the i8s fall like in that same category. It's trying to push for more without really pushing for more to get away with it, and it's just not. It's not the move.
I'm interested. I want to drive one though. I'm interested to just feel what it feels like.
It feels like you're driving a Prius, a faster Prius.
A faster Prius. A Prius S.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't like about it, I remember now, I sat
Prius
in one.
GT.
That thing is not roomy at all. Like I don't fit in it well because you know how remember how the bottom of the seat was kind of like curved a little. It was like at an angle, almost. So that angle for me kills the car.
You might be a little too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I remember sitting in one and I went, Jesus, like it was tight, but it was tight in a different way. Because normally it's tight like this. This one, the angle of the seat, my knees and the steering wheel, I couldn't find like a comfortable way to drive the shit.
I see.
So that kind of killed it for me too. I'm remembering that now. That seat was weird. Like kind of where you remember you got in that little like part of the seat.
That thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
You slide in.
It just fucking destroyed everything. For
What
me.
color was yours?
It was Sophisto gray. This is like a darker gray color.
Darker gray.
Whitish interior.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for leveling up your car choices.
Thank you.
You went from the i8 to what? Then the 458 came first, or Range Rover came first?
458.
So was it directly i8 to 458?
Yeah.
So what happened? Did you just grow up that quickly, or like what happened in that little gap?
I guess I grew up. Yeah. I didn't think I'd ever want a 458. I wanted a Huracan. That was what was on my vision board. But then I think I just saw the listing and I was like, it's lowered on Novatec Springs. It's tinted. It has red interior. It's white. Looks dope. And it was priced pretty well, I think. So I just jumped on it.
And you knew about like the 9000 red line and like how that car just sounds fucking awesome too.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking
I'm a sound guy, so I know it's weird for me to say that coming from an i8 before.
Right.
But for me, if a car doesn't sound good now, I'm not gonna have fun in it. Like I don't care that much about speed. The Aventador doesn't even drive that well, but it sounds nuts.
Sounds insane.
It actually
nuts.
drives
For all
quite
the values.
terribly, really.
Yeah.
When you really think
like a
about
boat.
it, it's fucking terrible. And I think I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I think sound is like the only thing that really matters to me now.
Yeah.
The only thing.
As a primary, let me say this. I'm speaking about if we can have one car. Sound is the one thing that matters to me. If I can have my stable, then yeah, sure, I'll have my weapon of choice for whatever
Now,
it is.
are you gonna take a car that looks like a Prius that sounds amazing, or would you rather have a supercar looking car that sounds like shit?
Fuck, that's a good one, Charlie Chang.
I'm taking the supercar. Still.
Okay. So you're taking the i8. Because that's basically it.
It's a really good question because it comes
tough,
down to
because
purpose.
that's not a supercar though. It looks like a supercar, but do you mean a supercar that drives like a supercar but then sounds bad?
I don't know.
Like, can I
motherfucker. You asked the question. What do you
like
mean?
can I get a McLaren that sounds bad?
Okay,
Or
They
well,
do kind of
does it
sound
have to
bad.
be
no,
I8?
it would not drive that well.
So now it's looks like a supercar, but it doesn't drive well and it sounds bad?
Yeah, yeah.
Or a Prius?
Kind of like an
that's-
i8. Like i8 drives okay, but it doesn't sound good.
Okay, so
But it
do
looks good.
do I want an i8 or do I want a Prius that sounds good?
Okay, Prius with a full, what is it, Gintani exhaust?
Yeah, Gintani
yeah, yeah.
exhaust.
And that's
Shouldn't
it.
take
Is
it.
it
like
fast
slap
too, or-
SVJ Gintani exhaust on a Prius. Like you get all that. You get the red line. You get that SVJ
Okay, fine.
experience on a
Yeah,
Prius.
you get the engine. You don't get the like handling, of course, but you get the engine
you get
and
sound.
exhaust.
You get straight sound. We're talking all red line sound. All of it. Or I
Okay.
think I'm in the same boat as you. But again, it goes back to purpose. So like in our current lives, 100%, I think the i8 is probably what it is. Maybe 10, 15, 20 years down the line, that answer will change. But like right now, I think it's, and I actually made a video on TikTok on this earlier today, but like for people to sit here and think that we don't make some form of like these car decisions based on not like a perception of us, but like it's a validity factor. Like even when I first met you and you pulled up in the 458, granted, you could have been nothing like you are and we could have hated each other. But I was like, this guy's got good taste in fucking cars. Just off that. And that was enough to give me a good footing, whether you think that's cliche or not. It's gave me a good footing initially with you.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of hit it off. Later down the line, that might change for me though, because right now it's enough of I need a little bit more of that perception, or I want a little more of that perception, just because of what the realm we're in. You get what I'm saying? I can't be on this podcast like this and then me driving a fucking car like that, a Prius.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
it sounds crazy. That'd be so
does
cool,
sound
actually.
crazy. It would
That
be
might go
interesting.
viral.
A Prius with an SVJ.
Yeah. You guys should do
The new
it.
Prius looks pretty good too.
They do look good. They do look good.
So they got that going for
yeah,
them.
they do look good.
Has anybody modded one of those things? Like
I'm
crazy,
sure.
lowered it, wheels.
I saw one on like some wheels, and not gonna lie,
like some
good?
Tron shit.
it looks good. It
Dang.
looks
Some
good.
shit straight out of Tron.
No,
That is kind of a nice little look. I remember when they redesigned them, the first thing I thought, I was like, somebody's gonna take this shit, bag it.
Yeah.
Somebody that likes that kind of style will bag the car, put some fucking cambered wheels. I'll make fun of him. It'll be a great exchange. And that was the first thing I thought when they redesigned those damn things.
I'm
Yeah.
curious. What do you guys think are the best mods for people to do?
easy. I'm ready for this one. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Best mods. You get a car, you want to make it look amazing without spending too much money, whatever. First things you need to do, lower it, exhaust. Those are the two most important. Wheels would be third.
Okay.
But if you lower it, even on stock wheels, the lowering it, I think, makes a bigger difference than wheels. So lower, and it's way cheaper.
Agreed. Those
Lowering springs, exhaust. The car already looks and sounds amazing. If you've got an extra $5,000 after that, wheels.
I'm being a Karen with the questions, but I think everything is like, it depends on the car.
Okay.
Like each car has its own best first mod. Aventador, exhaust. You can't do it. The Aventador is not the Aventador without an exhaust.
You're right. It didn't sound that good when I first got it.
It's ass.
Like,
it's
I
actually
was surprised.
disappointing. It's disappointing.
Yeah.
Like low key. Because especially if you've heard an exhaust one, you can't. Stock just can't
That
happen
might be
anymore.
that might be why.
It
Because we've
just can't.
seen so much of it on social media.
It can't. Like
Yeah.
you can't know what the possibilities are and drive it stock and go,
Yeah.
this
Expect
is
so
fine.
much and then get so little.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So depending on the car is a mod. Aventador, 812, 458, exhaust first. 720, 765, same damn fucking car.
In
Even-
reality, with all this, some springs are going to be less than $1,000. So
Yeah, I think lowering the
you
car
should do it.
makes a big difference.
depending on the springs, but yeah, Novitec's not that cheap. But
Yeah,
depending
mine
on
were
the
like
springs.
$2,000.
Yeah, Novitec springs can get up there. They can get like low key like 2 to 3 bands depending on what it is.
they're taking advantage of the market.
They're
but
tremendously taking.
if you buy a 458 and you don't have 2 bands for some springs, probably a problem.
True. I will say the SV is too low now. I got lowered and it's too low. Like I think it looks fire,
Charlie, you're killing me, dog. You're killing me.
but I can't drive without being scared of bottoming out. It bottoms out a lot on normal roads.
Like you have that presence when you're driving. Like you're driving and you literally like see where you might bottom out and you kind of like are like,
Yeah, I'm always like scanning the road.
yeah, you
Right.
get that screech.
Before it didn't do that. Like
There's like a little bump in the road, and you know, I'm gonna bottom
I'll
out.
scrape a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a give and take. You want the car to look really nasty, or you want it to be kind of useful and drive it everywhere.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a
I don't-
trade-off.
If I don't pull into my driveway perfect, I bottom out.
You do.
Yeah.
Fuck your
yeah.
shit up. Yeah, your driveway is also crazy.
It is pretty
Your
crazy.
his
Right.
driveway is fucking.
I'm gonna have to
Damn,
move.
that bitch is like this.
Oh.
It goes
Shit.
up and then back down.
Oh.
So it's that hump. When I go over the hump, if I don't like take it at the right angle,
Yeah.
it'll.
Hey, dude, what are you gonna do when you get 600 LT and lower it?
Oh, you're gonna get
Can
the
you
car?
even, can that even happen? Like, can a 600 LT lowered get in and out of your garage?
I guess we'll find out.
I mean, that's a bridge you're gonna have to cross when you get.
I may not if I'm in a 600 LT, I may not lower it. I know what I just said because this is your PSA. This is your PSA to lower your car. But the 600 LT, it's not as important. So I do get your little argument about it depends on the car. I wanted to hate on you for saying that, but you're kind of right.
Thank you.
Um,
It's just relative. Everything's like we talk about. Everything's
Right.
relative.
It depends on how low your car already is. A 600 LT is pretty low. Like
Yeah.
your gap isn't that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wheel gap was like 3 inch. It was,
Oh, wow.
It was fat.
Okay, like a 458. Those are pretty
Yes.
high
Like,
up.
My
Like a
812
458.
is lowered on Novitec,
Yeah.
and it's perfect. But like, I'm gonna say something crazy here, but like Porsche, their stock fitment is fucking fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Perfect.
that car again fits it. That
Yeah.
car needs an exhaust because that's the weak spot in that car.
Mhm.
Like a 720 exhaust is kind of a weak spot, but even a crazy exhaust on a 720 is not going to do the world's difference. Versus like a set of wheels on a 720 will make the shit look crazy.
Mm.
This is just like as a general prescription.
Yeah, you got a cold.
Yes.
exhaust
yes.
will cure you right up.
Yes.
Exactly. Here's your Z. Your Z pack is lower and exhaust.
Yes, them shits hit too. Z-backs.
What would you say were the most important mods?
Yeah, those three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lower wheels, exhaust.
Lower wheels, exhaust. Yes. Maybe
Bag
a tint.
it.
Tint looks good sometimes.
Oh, tint.
Yeah.
Always looks good. I almost don't even consider tint a mod though.
That's true. I didn't tint my SV actually.
Really?
It's like I'm in a.
It's probably already tinted,
Glass,
no? Or
huh?
you no, you can see straight.
You
through
haven't
it.
tinted your SV?
I didn't tint it. Yeah.
Charlie,
It's
what are you doing,
very.
dog?
It's
You're
like
killing me, dog.
everyone can see me.
You just put 500 miles on it.
That's what I'm saying. He's killing me. Like I'm thinking about the full picture. I'm like, fucking. You only put 500 miles.
Do
on
you
SV.
do you consider window tint a mod?
No, I don't.
No?
No,
Okay.
not that I consider it a mod.
That sounds funny. Yeah.
Well,
It's not mine.
So it again, I understand where you're coming from.
Best
'cause
mod, window tint.
You've had the car for 6 months and you haven't tinted it.
Nope.
I couldn't have my car for more than a day and not tint it. So again, it's just the way that you are. So like in your mind, you probably think it's a mod because it's just not something that you're like a need for it. I can't drive in a fishbowl.
Well, all my other cars are tinted,
Everything.
just not this one.
You
I don't know. I
drive it
didn't
enough.
want to like mess with it. I don't know. Something about
500 miles.
I don't
is the
think
equivalent.
tint changes the value of a car at all.
it. Does not. Yeah.
No, it doesn't do shit. Anyway, it can't. No, there's no
Right.
way. But it's like one of those things where you only driven it 500 miles.
Yeah.
So like you haven't been in it enough to be like, okay, I need this shit tinted.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. If
Hasn't
you've
been in
driven
it
it
once.
500 miles, have you really like where have you gone with the fucking thing?
I've taken it to Cars and Coffee, South OC Cars and Coffee.
You came to our V12 meet. So
Yes.
Huge ups to
I've-
that. Thank you for that. It was awesome.
Of course. So I've been to some meets. I think I've gone to San Clemente twice.
Did you drive with us after the V12 meet?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
So that was probably what you drove that car the most that day. You were like,
Oh
all
yeah,
right.
that day I put like 80 miles on it. I was
That
like, whoa.
that was like, this is the one time that it makes sense to drive.
You're doing
this
the
fucking
math. $30 a mile, 80
And I
miles.
was like, that's a lot of money.
thing. We're driving. He sees the 71 coming up.
$2,400.
He's like, no, I can't do this. If I get a 71, that's it. We're locking 10 miles automatically. I can't do it. I got to fucking make a left. I'll see you
Yeah.
guys later.
It's a curse, man. Like the thinking about the money thing, it's a curse.
So let me ask you this. You mentioned that you're frugal, right? You've shown based on the way you treat your cars, of the way you see money. Where did that money mindset come into play?
My parents came from China, and they've always been super frugal. Like we grew up very, very frugal. And
What part of China?
Near Shanghai.
Ningxia.
Yeah, yeah. They came here when they were like 26, and that just sort of got instilled in me. That's sort of why, though, I started making content, because I was really into side hustles, investing, all that boring personal finance stuff. I combined it with my love for video, and then that's sort of how I started YouTube. So I'm grateful for it, but also it's like, it's annoying.
I
Money
get you.
anxiety is annoying.
It's one of those things, like for me, it's like the whole like counting calories thing. Like
Mhm.
once you start doing that, it's hard to look at food differently because you're like, I know what it is. It's the same with money. Like once you start really tracking your dollars and where they go, you're like, why the fuck am I spending on dumb shit like this?
Yeah,
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's either you're this way or you're this way. You can't be fucking in the middle.
100%. Yeah.
I get you. I get
That's
you
why.
100%.
So, what do you think is the best, like, mileage to buy a car to, I guess, protect your value the most?
Damn.
Because you buy a 1,500 mile car. If you don't drive it, obviously your value is protected. But I mean, what mileage point can you go and drive the car and not be so worried about miles?
That's a dangerous mile point, 1,500 miles.
Very
It's-
dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
Because that's like
1,500?
Yeah.
Oh no.
If
Wait.
you don't drive it,
Oh.
you're good. But like
Right.
if you're the person that takes it from 15 to 6 or 7,000,
Right.
you're going to be the one eating the second most
Yeah.
depreciation, obviously.
Because at anything under, I'd almost say even like 4.
Yeah. There's
Once
levels.
you cross, what do you think is considered like super low?
Okay,
Under
so
3
delivery
or
miles,
under 4?
delivery miles, delivery miles. Then
Mhm.
you have low mileage, I think is like, kind of like, 3 or 4K
But
under.
realistically, when you're down there, it's like every 1,000 miles.
It's kind of a big
You know
jump.
what I mean?
Big
Like,
jump.
When I crossed 2,000 miles on the SV, I was like, oh no. Because one just looks
I'm
so
parking
good.
this
Right.
shit.
One looks like that car is brand. You see 1,500, like that car is brand
Yeah.
new.
Fucking
2,000,
brand
it's a little used.
Right. Still pretty new. Like that's still super low miles. But then you get into 3 and 4, and now it's no longer nearly new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you've gone from nearly new to slightly used.
So I guess if you want to buy a car,
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
if you want to buy a car to drive 15, 20,000 miles, and then you can bring it to 30, right?
I think you nailed it.
And then
28.
That's what I did with my Aventador.
28.
Yeah.
You can bring it to 28.
29.
You think 29?
I did 20 to 29 on my Aventador.
I think
I
my
didn't lose my ass on it, so
the 458's I think 30. Or it might be 29.
Would you buy it at?
you better check. 30 and 29 are fucking two different numbers.
I
So
bought it. Damn, I haven't driven that car that much. I've probably driven 3,000 miles in that car.
fuck, Charlie. Jesus.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
you.
How long you had? How many years?
Almost 4.
Oh my god. You have so much self control. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Well, he just doesn't. He doesn't like driving.
I don't drive that much.
He doesn't go anywhere that's more than 1.5 miles, except for the Supercar Connection podcast.
Exactly.
I think 28,000 miles is a dangerous mileage to buy a car.
How many? What did you say?
28,000.
Yeah, it does.
Because you're right at the top of that band. That once I cross like 28 to like 30, 31 isn't going to be that much of a difference. But when you get to like 32, now you're basically in the range that someone was spending on a 40,000 mile car.
Yeah. I think it depends on the buyer. So like if you're gonna be the 28,000 mile buyer, if I was gonna buy a car with 20,000 miles, I'm marrying that fucking thing. I'm not trying to fucking hack that car.
Right.
That's not a hack.
If I see 28,000, I'm gonna go find a car that's got 35, and I'm gonna go. This one is $30,000 less.
And just buy that one.
Yours.
This is a better deal. Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna try to negotiate the 28 and try to get that as close as the one that's 35.
Yeah.
Where if like a car's 25 and you're trying to negotiate against 35. They're going to be like, this is 10,000 miles less.
Yeah. Very much.
28, 29, I'm like, I mean, I drive it just a little bit and I'm already here. So you're saying, you know what I mean?
Can I Karen your question again? Like I Karened his question?
Sure.
It
I don't even know what that means. But
it depends. It depends on the car. I hate that when you ask a question, people are like, well, what are the parameters of the question? I hate that
you
shit.
know, it kind of depends.
I'm doing that all this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like the question you asked him, like, what's the best mileage to buy a car at?
We paying in Japanese yen.
Depends on the car. So like if I was to see a 2018 720 with 1,500 miles, right? Again, there's no way in hell I'm buying that fucking car. Because I know that car has a shit ton of problems just waiting to happen.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
McLarens, when they're not driven, they have problems because they're known for that. So if I see a 1,500 mile 720S, that's even a 2020, which is the year that they're supposed to be better,
Yeah.
I'm still not buying that fucking car because that car I know is waiting for me problems.
But it's going to be listed higher
Right.
than something that's 9.
So that's the
Someone
crazy
else
part.
is going to pay more for it.
That's the crazy part is who's buying that shit? Who's seeing a 2020 McLaren 720S with less than 2,000 miles and going, that's the good decision to make?
No one.
Nobody,
People
right?
actually want that?
That's what I'm saying. I imagine there's got to be something on the market like that.
It's the guy with the money who doesn't, it's like more money than to care about.
So then why doesn't he go lease a 750? You feel me?
Yeah.
That's the whole part. I'm thinking about it. Granted, I'm assuming there's a car like that on the market. There might not be a fucking less than 2,000 miles 720 on the market. But you can see your SV with 1,500 miles and go, I can get into this because you're not assuming the car's going to fucking break down on you like that.
Yeah.
720, you see a fucking 2020 720 with 1,500 miles, I guarantee you that car's going to fucking break down on you. That's the problem. So Karen, your question depends on the car.
Right.
I think the sweet spot is that. I think the sweet spot is like the 11K and ride it to either just under 20 or ride it to just under 30, depending on when you get into it with the mindset. Am I going to take this to 20 or am I going to take this to 30?
Yeah.
That's probably the best range. You can get like 9 to 11K right there. I think 11K is probably better. And then
11K is better.
11K is better.
It's kind of like it staggers more as you go up.
Yeah.
I'm really going to get into it here for just a second. So 9K is still going to be like low mileage, right? It's under 10. So you take it from 9 to 16, that's going to be a big hit. But you take it like 11 to 18, less of a hit. 11 to 17. Once you hit 18, now you're in the next band.
Yeah.
The next band is going to be like 18 to 28. You're going to say maybe 29. Depends on your negotiation skills. So 18 to like 28. So if you can get it closer to 18, somewhere between 18 and 20, you've got 8,000 miles to play with pretty safely. Then the next band, 28 to... I almost think that band's almost even smaller. Because once you go from like 28 to the low 30s, because upper 30s, like once you hit 35 and 40 is kind of...
Dude, I think 35 and 50 are almost the same down.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you cross 35,
That's a
now you're
used
just
car.
into high mileage.
Yeah.
Like
she's been passed at that point. Like,
35
you
to
know she
49,
has.
you buy a car at 35, you can drive 15,000 miles, sell it for the same lowest price in the country that you bought it for at 35. It was the lowest one in the country at 35. It's the lowest one in the country at 50.
Fuck yeah.
Let me ask you this, Charlie. What do you feel like is a good... let me see how to word this question. So like, you know how you say you're frugal and like you want to buy certain cars you think are going to appreciate or hold value well. Let's say you're somebody young that wants to follow that same footprint, right? But they want to use the car for business. So they want to be at events. They want to maybe put a wrap on the car. They want to use the car, but they're also simultaneously trying to respect that whole store of value thing. How do you think they go about it the best? Is it more just pushing social media content, or they need to be out and about with the car? Cars and coffee every Saturday, dinner on the weekends, out and about.
If you want to use a car to help you with business, you have to put in effort to actually go to events and like network with it, right? Because if you don't, then you're just sitting at home like I am with my cars and not using it to network. If you do social media, it can actually be really good and get you more clients. It can make your content more interesting, right? And then views equals revenue if you do it correctly. So I'd say like if you can swing it, if you can buy the car cash, even if it is a bit of a stretch, then you can afford to get it. But you have to be strategic with how you use the car.
If you can buy it cash, you can afford to get it. If you can't,
can't
afford to get it,
nah.
Say you have 80,000 cash,
Ooh,
and you want
a good conversation.
and you want a Huracan,
I like this one.
right?
Okay.
So I don't know what's a good income. 150.
For what? Say it again. Sorry, I missed the first
You got
part.
80K cash and you want a Huracan.
Ooh, that's tough.
150, you can do it.
150K. You're saying that's you're making that a year?
Yeah.
And you got 80K cash?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you could
Yeah.
technically.
I'm not
you
saying
could
it's
do
the
it.
smartest decision, but
No, you
could
can do it. You can
what
do it.
What do you think is the lowest income as like a single person?
10K.
10K a month.
10K a month.
So
to afford a
realistic.
Huracan.
Yeah.
10K a month.
Damn.
Pre-tax?
Take home.
Take home.
Take home.
Okay.
I'm putting 10 in my pocket every
So
month.
15.
Yeah. Depending on the state you live. Yeah. Yeah.
And then your car payment is what?
That's the
4?
thing. So it depends.
So you're looking at like $190,000 salary.
Yeah.
Or not salary.
Well, now we're talking about here in LA.
Earnings.
Yeah. So again, as long as it's 10K in your pocket, I feel like that's the baseline minimum for a Huracan car.
Okay,
If
so
you
120
use it for business.
If you use it for
120
business,
post-tax.
yes.
If you use it for business.
Not necessarily. It just depends on the
Ah.
person. So again, it depends who you are
I just mean to afford the car, to be able to get the car.
to have the shit.
You might be
10K.
slumming it and eating ramen,
Yeah,
but
10K.
like I can drive the Huracan.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're talking about like it doesn't matter about living somewhat of a well balanced life. Like it's like fuck it.
Like I want the
Putting
Huracan.
all your shit
Okay.
into this car.
And I got 80K saved. They're gonna make me put down 40, probably
All right.
at
This
least.
is gonna sound like a really dumb part of the question. I'm gonna carry the shit out of this. What does my credit look like?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's a fair question. What
Let's
does my
just
credit
assume
look like?
you can get the car.
Well, because now we got to really fuck with financing terms.
You're 800.
Oh, I'm 800. I'm Crystal. Oh my God. Premier Financial Services. Okay, I'm putting 40 down. Okay, I'm putting half of what I got down.
Premier Financial is way stricter than that.
What?
They
40
care.
down?
They care way more about. They care about way more than just your credit score.
I don't think so. So
They do. They do. I've tried to use them
your boy just used them.
with 800.
So
I've tried to use them.
and your boy does not have that great. I have a good credit score, a respectful credit score, but
Right.
not I have like a 700 credit score. I'm not fucking high sevens because
Yes.
I'm actively using
But
shit.
you have multiple exotic loans in your history before you
half-ass.
got to them.
I thought that.
They're
me tell
not
you.
giving some new dude Huracan money if this is his first exotic.
Be surprised. I thought that. I went my guns loaded thinking I was coming guns loaded. I'm good. They were like, you don't have comparable history. I was like, the fuck you mean I don't have comparable history? So 458, I bought it all cash. 720, 5 months, 6 months. Aventador
6 months is all you need.
6 months what?
of ownership. So like my
Oh.
loan payments, I had the car for 6 months.
I thought
Okay.
you only need 6 months of payments
I-
for it to count.
I thought so too. So this happened to me 2 weeks ago. So
No, yeah.
I thought I had my guns loaded.
Yeah.
Aventador was 10 months. So I'm like, I'm Gucci, right? And my payment for the Aventador was crazy. I was paying $6 for that car.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm fucking good. But they were like, you don't have sufficient comparable history. I was like, what are you talking about? And again, let's say I think 6 months on the 720 and then 10 months on the Aventador. And they did not consider me with good comparable history, which I thought was fucking maddening. But again, now I guess, I don't know if that's just Premier. That's maybe the industry standard is shifting a little bit. But going back to the bullshit, I'm putting half down. Okay, so I'm putting 40K down. My payment is probably going to be, because the good thing about a Huracan is the residual value is going to be good. So you
Holds
can have
value.
you can hold value. So that is to be relied on. So your payment's probably mid to low twos at that point, probably. Like let's call it $2,500 a month. And if I'm gonna ghetto fab it, yeah, you could do $4K a month. $4K in your month, take home in your pocket. 25 is going to the Huracan. Let's say, yeah, $800 a month goes to my room that I live. Yeah, you live in a room. You have a room. Let's call it $800 for the room. Where am I at? That's what, $3,300 a month. I got $700 to play with. Oh yeah, I can do $700 a month for food and all the little bullshit.
So I don't think the word afford should be used in this case.
It's not.
It's like you could get it.
I have the car.
You have it.
I have the car.
But that's it.
That's it. It's there. It's there.
Okay.
Can't really drive it.
We got so far away from the original question.
So I went to rant. I'm sorry.
You went deep. You dove head in.
Sorry.
So you said that if you can own the car cash.
Yeah, I like to buy
then
my cars cash.
You can probably
Just-
afford.
Yeah, but I think like as long as it's 10% or less of your income, that's smart. Of course, you could pay 10 to 30% of your income. It's doable, but it's not super smart in my opinion.
You're cash buying these things?
Yeah.
Dude, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, well, first off, that's awesome. Secondly, I think that's ridiculous. You got to leverage your fucking capital better.
I'm just not I'm not going to invest all the money anyways. Like it'd be in T-bills.
So you're just conservative is what it is.
I'm pretty conservative with my investments. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Index funds.
I'm the opposite.
Okay.
I'm aggressive with my shit.
So where do you put your money?
Not uberly aggressive. Okay. I have rentals, long-term rentals here in LA, but I'm also trading all the time. So I like to have my capital in my fucking brokerage account so I can make moves with it. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Because one of the things about, at least for my life, the stock market is where I make a majority of my money. I need the capital ready and available to pounce on opportunities. You know, all of a sudden Trump wants to come up and say some bad shit online. Market's going to tank. I need to have the money available to be able to buy when the time to buy is.
He says it's a good time to buy. You want to be ready to buy.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't have that money tied up in the car.
I see.
So I'd rather have my capital leverage, even though I might be paying, like I told you, I was paying $6,000 a month for the Aventador. That's a lot of money monthly for that car, right? But again, for that, I didn't have a ton of money in it for the down payment. All the rest of my money was ready, available. I was able to use that money to make
a lot more.
To be able to well afford the car, even with that monthly payment.
I see.
It again, depends on the person.
Yeah.
So you have somebody that buys the shit all cash, and you have someone that's running gun that's like, no. Give me whatever monthly payment. As long as I have my money on my side to make more money with it, I'm fine.
I applaud that. That's cool. I wish I was a little bit more risky.
I wish I was more like you, to be honest with you, because it's a peace of mind thing. Like you wake up in the morning, 100%.
Would you have the 812 if you weren't more risky?
No, I'm not saying in that sense. I'm saying in like the life. Like he wakes up, and this again, I'm assumptions, right? I'm not saying everybody has their own life and their own problems, but you wake up, your cars are paid for. There's no monthly payment. Okay, you got everything online, right? You're doing your thing. I wake up and I got my monthly payment. I got the business. I got to go. I got to hustle. I got to get out of bed. I got to do my shit. There's a different duality of life. Granted, I got the money that I use to be able to afford the car on my side to make money, but I'm also hustling because I have my payments and I got everything I got to do.
Yeah.
You got the car outright cash. You got an SV of 458. You wake up, you're like, I'm good. I'm not saying that you do, but there's a difference. I wish that I was in a position to be able to wake up and go, all right, there's no urgency here. I'm waking up and I'm like, all right, I got to make these fucking payments.
The grind is fun though, man. It
is fun.
It's always a fun part of the journey.
Fun's an interesting way to describe it, but it's interesting. The grind is interesting.
Yeah.
There's days where it's fun. There's days where it sucks, but that's the beauty. I think the grind is beautiful. That's what I'll say.
Are most of your viewers entrepreneurs, or what do they usually do?
It's a great question. Yeah, great question. I think it's a heavy blend.
Okay.
Are you guys entrepreneurs?
Yeah. Comment down below. You guys entrepreneurs or what's the game?
What do you do?
Josh says yes. So my biggest thing, we've gotten a good pool of our viewers, and I think we're actually pretty diverse, to be honest with you. Because we tailor to the spectrum, to be honest with you. Like we tailor to somebody that's like us sitting down here, owning supercars in the life. And then we also tailor to people that are aspiring to get to that level. So I would say it's pretty split. But I think just naturally there's a more mass audience that's on their way up versus the people that are already there.
I see.
So solely for that reason, it probably leans more towards people that are working to that car. But we definitely have a fucking mix of audience, definitely.
I love it.
So everyone here is listening that you know I'm talking to. I appreciate you guys listening to this episode.
Yeah. But, we got some hitters out there.
Very much so, yeah. I get some phone calls.
Nick Crown,
weekly.
give us a text if you're listening.
Yeah, we get some interesting phone calls bi-weekly sometimes about the episode from people that you wouldn't expect to be tuned in like that. Yeah, some interesting dynamics. I'm sure he'll hear me and he'll call me soon after this episode drops. But one of the things I wanted to talk about too is you're telling me you got 50 YouTube channels. Break
Yes.
down the YouTube business because that's fucking maddening.
Do you teach people?
I'm making a course now, so I think that should.
SVJ's
SVJ
I'm
coming
training the
soon.
SV for the SVJ. Let's go.
He wants a pure sport. That's why.
Oh man. So the YouTube business is, I mean, most of my revenue comes from affiliate marketing. So I don't know if do you guys know what that is. It's just like people use my links to buy something.
Teach me like I'm 4, please.
If someone watches my video, they go to the description, they use my link, they buy it. It's like a product or service or whatever. I get some type of commission. So that's how I think 80% of my revenue that comes from that. Then we do brand deals and AdSense. That's like the rest of the 20%.
So, are your videos about products, and then you're just linking people to the products, or what?
If you look at my channel, it's really weird because I have all types of content. I have interview content. I have tutorials on really random stuff, like any end tutorial, how to use it to build AI animations, right?
Because how are you driving people to the affiliate links?
I talk about it in the video. So the best way to do it is if you show yourself using the product in the video, or you're teaching them how to do something and they need that product. Obviously, it makes sense for them to go and use the link. They might get like a discount for using my link or something. And then, yeah, we get a commission. So that's where the majority of my media income comes from.
So it's people looking for that product already.
Yeah, you're basically pushing them over the edge to buy something, right?
That they're already kind of there.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just
Like
tapping them on the
they're
side.
searching like how to build a website or something, and then your video shows up. They're already trying to build a website. So my stuff's there. They see
Get
how
them
to
on
build
free
it.
of Squarespace.
Yeah, they see it, they
example.
use the link, and then yeah. It's
Okay.
a good business. It's a lot more lucrative than I think people think.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a lot more that goes into it than for you now. It's so easy. You got 50 channels. You've been doing this for years, whatever. But in order to drive that much traffic to these affiliate links, that's no small task, no?
That's the hard part. Yeah, yeah. You have
That
to
was like
rank
some
well
content strategy.
because YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google. I mean, Google owns YouTube.
For now.
I was like, yeah, for now.
So if someone searches something on Google, they even show YouTube videos. So a lot of our videos show up there. And then,
I imagine Google probably like wants to push YouTube videos, right?
yeah,
of course.
yeah, because they also make money from AdSense and stuff.
I understand the internet. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and then
AI.
we started the main channel, and then we just started building side channels, and we've been doing that for the last few years.
Side channel.
Yes.
What the fuck does that mean?
Very niche channels.
Supercar Connection Shorts
Yes,
Okay.
that could be one.
side channel.
Got it.
It is one.
Or you can make a how to buy cars channel.
Go subscribe to Supercar Connection Shorts. Get some extra short content.
Yeah, very niche channels on very specific topics. Like we have a website only channel. We have a VPN channel. We have what is it?
A VPN channel.
Yeah.
All the videos are just telling people how to use VPNs.
About VPNs. Yeah.
Are you reviewing different VPNs or just
Reviews, how-tos, tutorials.
what is a VPN
Comparison.
for? You have a
Yeah,
video
that
about
stuff.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this then, because again, I'm trying to understand it because it's something that like I would love to be able to like dive into. Okay. Because my life besides trading is brick and mortar shit. Besides this podcast too.
Yeah.
So I want to digitalize my life a little bit more, at least from the business standpoint. What you just said, VPNs, right? How to reviews, stuff like that. How much? Because one thing that we always talk about is that you need content. It's not the easiest thing to get a shit ton of content. Like I think people truly underestimate how hard social media can be because the sheer volume, quality of content is difficult. So VPNs, and maybe I'm just stupid. How many videos can you really make on VPNs? Like how to use a VPN, reviews. There's got to be a
hundreds.
ceiling. Really?
There's hundreds, yeah.
Really?
Because you can do comparisons. So this VPN versus this VPN. There's also so many VPN services. You can answer all the frequently asked questions. Yeah.
But think about
That's
this.
it.
It's unlimited basically.
That's what it is.
Think about this.
Now I'm just in a box.
You go to
Yeah.
Google and you go, how to use a VPN? Because someone told me I need a VPN. And now I'm like, how to set up a VPN? And the top link is Charlie Chang's video about
You see that face in the
how to
thumbnail?
set up a
I'm clicking.
VPN.
It's not me.
Then you click.
I'm not in the videos.
He's not in the video.
Yeah.
Who's in the video?
We hire hosts.
This is awesome. There's fucking levels. to this shit.
So you click on this video. You don't know whose it is. It's Charlie Chang's, but on the face, it's someone else. And this is how you set up a VPN. walk through it step by step. By the way, here's the one we use today. It's great. Use the link below. Get 3 months free. And he makes 10% off of it. Boom.
Yeah.
It's a funnel to the product.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes a commission.
And yeah, a lot of people, they see these channels and they're like, oh, crappy channel, 100 views, 200 views, right? But those views are way more valuable than just mass generic views with a viral video. So you can have very small channels make significant money.
Because you're
What is
converting those
significant?
200 views.
You're converting a lot higher because of that intent.
Second that question. How,
Yeah. What is
I
significant?
almost wish I didn't speak when you asked that question.
Yeah, we're doing like 300 to 400K a month.
That's awesome.
Across 50 channels.
Yeah, but they're mostly like most of the channels I have right now, they don't make money. I'm losing money on them, but hopefully in the future they'll make money.
You're losing money because of what it takes to run them and produce them.
Yes.
Got
Yeah.
it. Can I ask you what is a traditional startup cost or at least maintenance cost for some of these channels?
I'd say maybe $200 to $300 per video.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is a good amount of videos put out monthly to be able to see success from these channels? Is there a number or is it the quality of content?
It's a mix. I mean, a lot of these channels were posting 20 to 25 videos per month, like long form videos. Yeah. So we're putting out a lot of videos.
What's the duration? Like what is when you said like what are we talking about?
5 to 12 minutes.
Okay.
Usually. Yeah.
Okay. You're pumping out. That's numbers.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of videos.
That's numbers.
We're also building language channels. So a lot of these channels have different language channels too, like that are separate.
So you have the main channel, then there's a sub channel, but then there's potentially sub channels of the sub channel in different languages.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm following.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. There's a web in my head right now.
It's a lot of stuff, but luckily I have a COO who handles a lot of the operations, so it's not too bad. I'm able to focus on the recruiting side and other projects. Yeah.
Do you guys do consulting?
Yeah.
So if there was somebody with a YouTube channel that wants to figure out how to boost their YouTube channel in all different types of directions, you would be able to consult that person.
I don't do one-on-one consulting. I try and stay away from like trading my time for money, but we're trying to build out some products that can help.
Got it.
Yeah.
Hence the courses and shit like that.
Yeah.
Got it.
We're
But it's one of those record it, post it, let it do its thing.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Like the YouTube channels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it gonna be a course or is it gonna be like a YouTube channel on how to make YouTube
Course.
channels?
We have a affiliate marketing course.
But there will
which
be a
is-
channel that funnels people to the course.
There will be. Dude, every business should have a YouTube channel. Like actually.
Explain that thought. You seem
Like-
passionate about that.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a
lead
funnel.
gen is the hardest part about business, pretty much, right? That's why most businesses fail. So if you have a free organic way to generate leads, that's the best thing ever, right? And so every business I launch now, we pair it with multiple YouTube channels, and those YouTube channels just aim to get views from our ideal clientele, and that runs like marketing.
It's the search engine.
Search.
That's the lead.
Search. Yes.
Fuck, everything just clicked in my fucking brain right now. I get it now.
Search is the
I get
magic
it.
word.
Because you're saying the value comes because whatever business you have, people are going to be searching for it. And the YouTube channels allow it to be able to pop up when they do the search rather than just having your business website and having it. What do they call it when you fucking pay to get it on the top?
Like the ads and stuff?
Ads.
Yeah.
It's better to have a YouTube channel and have that organically being searched than being like pushed to the top. Being one of those like
'cause
recommended bullshits.
For example, the recruiting company, we do a lot of videos like how to hire this position overseas or something like that, right? So people they're searching that, they're seeing the video, we're teaching them something, and then we build some trust. So it's a warm lead. And then we have a call to action saying like, if you actually want help to hire someone, just use the link down below, book a call. So that's how we drive actually a solid amount of leads for that business.
It's fucking awesome.
Should be the same for every business out there.
So if I was to start a new business, what would be in your eyes, non-negotiables that I need to do?
The marketing part is so the YouTube, the social media. I think a lot of people can build a good service or a good product or whatever, but not a lot of people get the marketing right. And that's why most businesses go out of business in like 2-3 years, right?
Yeah. Business is really a show at the end of the day. How well can you put the show on?
Yeah.
Do you want guest questions today? We have like 5 minutes left.
We have 5 minutes.
Oh shit.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn. Fuck. I have a lot more. I wanted to talk about 458 and shit like that still. Okay, let's do guest questions. Yeah. He deserves guest questions. He can get guest questions.
Guess questions.
What's that?
Everyone gets the same 3 questions at the end of the show,
Okay.
and you get to answer them.
Okay.
All right, ready to go? What's the most overrated car today?
The Lexus LFA.
That's a good answer.
Not bad, not
Why?
bad.
Yeah. Great car, sounds amazing, but I don't think it's worth 900K or how much is it worth now? Like a million?
Like that, 9 to a million.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So just
I
on a
agree with this.
price to what you get value ratio, I don't think it's super overrated.
I
It's
respect
a
that.
rare car. It's like 450 of them or something like that.
That's probably why it's so expensive. But
Big part.
You see, they had the LFA meet the other day.
Yeah.
Like the meetup, shit like
they had
that.
like 10% of all cars there, huh?
It's pretty crazy. When
Yeah.
you see that.
That's wild.
Fucking 50 cars.
Yeah. It's just like you put one next to an LC500 and then ask a random guy on the street which one's more. I don't know if they're going to know.
Yeah, they may not.
Hey, LC 500, fucking nice car.
Yeah.
It is a nice car.
That's ain't no slouch. LC 500 is a fucking nice ass car.
No, I agree. I
Nice
think
ass
it's a great car. One of the more underrated cars.
Yep.
True.
It's perfect
I agree with
segue
that.
into our next guest question, baby. What is the most underrated car today?
Underrated car.
You say that I am walking out of the fucking studio right now.
I mean, that was one of my answers, but we'll pick a different one.
Yes, please.
Underrated car. Damn.
It's a tough one. It's always the harder one of the two.
This is tough. I know I wrote an answer down on my phone, but
For
let's
underrated?
see. Yeah.
Oh, so you knew the guest questions.
I mean, I assumed we
It's
would talk
It's the
about
Charlie
that.
Chang play. What? What are you talking about? I didn't do 9 hours of prep before this podcast.
Okay. The F-Type.
Oh, it's a good car.
I like the F-Type a lot, and I know a lot of people hate it, but
Mhm.
I like it.
F-Type R.
He likes it.
Yeah, the R.
He's
It
a
sounds good.
It sounds good.
It sounds good.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's a good car.
I rented one in Hawaii, and it made like the
Burbles?
gunshot noises.
Oh, yeah, the backfires.
And like driving through downtown Honolulu was so fun in that car. Yeah.
I
And
haven't
Mikey
driven one,
Key.
so I can't give you a really full opinion on it. I know he likes them. I'm in the middle. I think they're cool for what they are.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm not, for me to say the most underrated, that's a little stretch for me. But I do think they need to be appreciated. for what
Supercharged
they are.
V8,
It's not
super
bad.
torquey. It's the British Z06.
It's not bad.
It gets too much
I
hate
want
for
to
how
drive
good
one.
it is.
I wanna drive one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
They
it's
sound good too.
comes in the convertible.
Mhm.
Sounds great. Yeah.
It's not bad.
All right, 3-car garage, SUV, and then 2.
SUV, million over, and then million under.
Okay. Million over. Maybe 812 super fast.
Okay.
Rolls Royce Cullinan. And then, man,
Great pick with the super.
So you
fast,
still
by the way.
have a million over.
Yeah.
The super fast is not over a million.
You got to.
all cars.
Yeah, no. So you get one SUV,
Yeah.
Cullinan. You get one car under a million, and then one car
Oh,
over a million.
I see. Okay.
Basically, SUV, supercar, hypercar.
Okay. So I want a 918
Okay.
Spider. That would be my.
Solid.
You know those are growing on me.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
They're
Like,
so cool.
I'm not a Porsche guy, but those cars are growing on me. Like the way they look, I'm actually a big fan of them, and they're fucking performing. They're supposed to be fast as a mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I low key, I think that's like my
I think it's the best looking car on the road. How much is it now? Like 2, 3? Million?
mid low twos.
Yeah,
okay.
Low twos, bad,
Yeah, maybe one day. And then under a mil.
Shut up, Charlie. Shut up, Charlie.
I think the SV is a great car for under a mil.
Here's the craziest part, Charlie. You want to hear this? Okay.
Yeah.
Which is the craziest thing. If you were, let me say this: if you had the financial mindset that I had, not saying that I'm right or wrong, okay, because I'm a little out there, you could afford a 918 right now.
I guess. Yeah,
could.
I could afford the payments.
You could
Yes.
afford the payments.
Yeah, I
you
could
could put like again. I know like a lot of the guys that have Bugattis, it's usually fucking. I want to say like almost depending on exactly what it is. It's like usually like almost an M down, something like that, and their payments maybe like 40 to 50 grand a month.
Oof.
Now, granted, it sounds like a lot, but with your income for the channels and everything you probably have going on, you save up a little bit. I'm not saying you're gonna put an M down, but theoretically, if you really wanted it, you have the means to probably make that happen closer than you think you do.
Yeah.
You'd have to really stray away from your frugal mindset.
Yeah.
But technically, if you wanted to make it happen, you probably could make it happen,
Yeah.
which is crazy to think about it. Awesome to think about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thought of spending 40K on a car payment. That's just nuts. for
Wild,
me.
right?
Yeah.
Tell you, but then it's the usage. If you bought it $40K a month, can you make it produce the $40K a month?
Mm.
I'm sure you'll find it. You can find a way.
I don't know if the
Knowing your
918
brand,
is
you
the
could.
right car for that
It probably isn't.
to produce 40.
Right.
Yeah, there's
But-
probably better
Yeah.
cars for that.
Marketing wise.
Like a Senna would probably be.
Yeah,
sick
you got to
one.
just have the money and do it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Our
Well-
goal is to get Charlie Chang to buy a fucking crazy ass car on payment structure. So I'm gonna make it happen. Just wait, guys. I'm gonna fucking corrupt his brain.
You guys will be the first to hear if I get something like that.
please, please. You go out, hey guys, I got a new car payment. I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, baby,
Yeah,
let's go.
dude. Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, bro, we
Thank you
appreciate
so much
it.
for having me.
great.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Financial savvy episode. I loved it.
We're out.
Yep. You can find Charlie Chang at one of his fucking 50 YouTube channels. We're out.